While today's video does contain legitimate sources, unofficial information should always be filed as a rumor and taken with a grain of salt. And no matter who or where any information comes from, always wait for an official source to confirm it before getting your hopes up. And with that being said, this is not the video I anticipated making today. In fact, if I'm honest, this is the video I didn't anticipate making ever. If you're seeing the title of this video, you're probably thinking, Night Sky Prince, you must be clickbaiting hard. But I swear I'm not clickbaiting, and in fact, I can hardly believe that this is seemingly legitimate in some way. I am puzzled, confused, and screaming, but this is what the case is. A legitimate leak from Nvidia's GeForce Now servers have leaked a massive number of unannounced video games. This comes from a developer named Igor, who explained how he basically reverse engineered GeForce Now and made it spit out a list of games that were to be published to the platform. This is likely to be the biggest leak in video game history, with several unannounced games on this list. I will not be discussing the methods in which the hacker was able to get this information from Nvidia. However, he has posted his own detailed blog post on exactly how he did it, and if you're willing to look for it, you can certainly find it. Many large publications have already begun reporting on these leaks, and thus far, all of this is seemingly legit. And this will be talked about for the next few weeks extensively, as again, I cannot stress enough just how massive of a leak this is. In terms of Square Enix games, we're looking at some insane announcements that I definitely did not think would be happening. The Square Enix games that appeared on this list are Chrono Cross Remastered, Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered, Final Fantasy VII Remake, well, we all knew that was coming to other platforms at some point, Final Fantasy IX Remake, Final Fantasy XVI, which again, we all knew was coming to other platforms at some point, Tomb Raider Anniversary 2021, unannounced title by Square Enix, and maybe most shockingly, Kingdom Hearts 4? That certainly throws me for a loop. Personally, I think remasters of Chrono Cross and FF Tactics are something that's long overdue. People have wanted those games on modern hardware for ages. And of course they were coming at some point, but knowing this from this leak, that's exciting. FF7 Remake and Final Fantasy XVI not being locked down to PlayStation exclusivity, again, we all kind of knew that. Those things were merely a matter of time. But the heavy hitting news here is a remake of Final Fantasy IX? What? Now, we know that Final Fantasy IX is getting the anime treatment, with a French animation studio currently working on the project. But if this list is to be believed, then somehow a Final Fantasy IX remake is also in the works? Again, I know what this says, and I know how legitimate this leak looks, and all the information and how it came about, especially when you research into it, but the fact that that could even possibly be real is so hard to wrap my head around that I can't even fathom it. And Kingdom Hearts 4? Without Kingdom Hearts 3.2 Death by Awakening? Or without Kingdom Hearts Rememories of Sleep? That all sounds way too good to be true. However, we do know that the 20th anniversary for Kingdom Hearts is coming next year, and Nomura does say that there is going to be a major game announced for that anniversary. And we're already quickly approaching the 3rd anniversary of Kingdom Hearts 3. God, time flies by. So we are getting some major Kingdom Hearts games soon, but the idea that that could actually just be Kingdom Hearts 4. Now again, this news is completely bonkers. If you don't believe it, cool, cause I struggle to even believe it myself. It seems damn near impossible that these games could actually be coming or be real in any capacity, but this was the information found on Nvidia servers. Again, don't believe it until it's officially confirmed or until we have more information, but I am putting this video out there so that you guys are aware that this is a thing that's happening. Over the course of the next few days, you are going to be hearing a lot of information about this leak, because it's a lot bigger than just the Square Enix games that we're talking about here. I mean, games like Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 are on this list as well. Titanfall 3. Assuming that this information is all legitimate, this is the biggest leak in video game history. Again, no matter how legit the hack or leak, as you may want to call it, may seem, Anything that is too good to be true probably is, and I will be keeping a close eye on this story going forward because this is major. I really can't stress just how big this actually is. Again, this is so crazy. I didn't think I'd be talking about any of this, but this is apparently what's happening. It is like all over gaming news, all over Twitter right now, and literally everyone is just freaking the hell out, and can you blame them? With all of that said, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell icon, as I will be following this leak very closely and reporting on it within the next few days, as I'm sure there is going to be a lot of discussion around it. And leave a comment below discussing what you think about these alleged leaks.